Hello there, and welcome to my channel update compilation video containing all of my channel updates from 2020 up until this year's channel update at the end. I have actually remade the 2020 and 2022 updates for this compilation. The 2020 update was quite possibly the worst video I have ever put out, and as such, in order to avoid a new wave of hate, I remade it so that now it is far clearer, concise, and higher quality. As for the 2022 update, the original got scrapped and lost, as at the time I had far more urgent things to do, such as rebuilding the MNO map. You will see soon enough why. So I have recreated it as close as possible to what the original would have looked like. Some updates will be in 60 FPS, some in 30 FPS due to hardware limitations, so sorry about that. Anyways, now on to the channel updates. Oh boy, I have quite a lot to say. Hello there, and welcome to a very important video for me and my channel and my career. You can think of this as the first ever Breb channel update. So first of all, I want to celebrate my channel's 1-year anniversary. 1 year ago, on August 25th, 2019, I created a Breb YouTube channel, which has been the most successful one to date. I know I'm quite late with this video now, but it has so far been a very interesting and productive year, and I hope it will continue to be that way moving forward. I have had quite a few other channels in the past, which were all basically throwing stuff at the wall until something sticks. However, most of these past channels have either been lost or deleted. My first ever video on this channel was called Too Many Slimes, a short video in which I was trying to build a train station while interrupted by a giant group of slimes. I then followed up with a mini-series on Minecraft Bedrock in which I tried building a cobblestone castle on a mountain, which was very low quality and recorded on my phone, so I took the videos down. Even up to a few months ago, I used to watch a lot of animation YouTubers with dreams of becoming one myself and swinging the channel in that direction. Unfortunately, I did not have the time, skill, or hardware to pursue this option, but regardless, I uploaded a short animation video called Happiny Easter with the Pokemon Happiny jumping around. Eventually, one of my seemingly random videos actually stuck to the wall. The Minecraft In-Depth with Breb episode 1, the first night video, actually got picked up by the algorithm just enough for it to be noticed by other people, including a Swedish YouTuber by the name of Super Aaron Gamer. Aaron had a series on his channel called Minecraft Nostalgia, in which he went through old versions of Minecraft and happened to be looking for other small YouTubers to collaborate with. He has made some collabs on old versions with people like Emriel, now called Method, Tolerable Druid, Weeby the Magical Bee, and of course a 2-part collab with me on Minecraft Alpha 1.2.3. Eventually, I suggested that we should combine all of these collabs into one big one, and so a Discord server was created and Minecraft Nostalgia Online was born. Minecraft Nostalgia Online, or MNO for short, is a Minecraft SMP server on old versions of Minecraft, spending 1 week per version, the versions being chosen by the members going in the order they released in. The server officially began on July 29th and has been going on for about 2 months and a half as of the time of recording this video. We have had quite a few members on the server, some even invited by me. However, a lot of them unfortunately didn't stick around for too long. Now that you know a bit of context, let's address the elephant in the room, which is also the main reason I am making this very video in the first place, the MNO Dino Apple drama. Up until recently, the server was calm and peaceful, with very healthy levels of activity, with a few hiccups. Despite these older versions of Classic and Alpha not featuring proper combat systems or player damage, somehow a few wars/conflicts between members actually managed to happen. I should probably do a separate video about this since it is super interesting. The penultimate war was fought between me and a close friend that I invited called Good Times with Dan over Sugarmark Island, the small island we were both inhabiting, Dan eventually getting kicked from the server as a result. After a couple weeks, I decided to invite one of my other close friends, Andre, except this time I was extra careful to not let something like this happen again. However, another new member joined along with Andre, this time invited by Aaron, Dino Apple. Back in Classic, due to the limited amount of building space, we decided to split the map into claims so that we knew what portion of land belonged to who. This map-based land claim system carried over to Alpha upon upgrading, eventually ballooning into some members, including myself, claiming entire small empires. Most of us, having had some history of playing on the server, somewhat understood this system, even though the land claims weren't clearly marked a lot of the time. In comes Dino Apple, a completely new member. He didn't understand how our maps work, so one of the first things he does, he digs a 5x5 hole down to bedrock on land that was marked as Alex's. Me and Alex were really good friends and I wanted to keep our alliance strong, so upon seeing this I immediately stepped up, told Dino Apple that his hole was on Alex's land, offering to patch up the hole. Panic ensued between me, Dino and Aaron over this situation, which quickly led to arguments. Unwilling to agree on a compromise, all three of us doubled down on our points, only escalating the argument further, until I went and filled the hole back up for Dino. Dino, on the other hand, changed his mind and redug the hole in the exact same spot, demanding to keep the hole as his land and build his own base there. Me and Alex were planning in the days prior to build a very nice shipping port very close to the location the hole was now at later in the season, so unwilling to give up on my plans, I pressed on full throttle. Sick of all of this, Dino Apple came up with an admittedly poorly worded suggestion for a new rule that basically said, land claims are way too big and you should be able to choose unused land whenever you feel like it. Seeing that piece of text made my blood boil right up. This basically meant that if the new rule were to be introduced, Dino Apple could hypothetically see Sugarmark Island, that at the time had no buildings on it because they all burned down in the previous war, sail to it, build whatever on it, and then say, oh, this is mine now. That was my thought process, and I never in a million years wanted to see something like that happen, especially from such an unpredictable individual, so stopping Dino dead in his tracks at the whole stage was the move. Hellbent on keeping Dino as far as possible from achieving such a scenario, arguing continued, and I tried making a case to try and ban Dino Apple from the server for breaking all of the rules of the server at the time. Aaron and Greenfly weren't having any of that. Fearing another war coming, I relocated all of my valuables to a bunker and started to make war preparations and, of course, a strategy. My sister Brebenica at one point even stood face to face with Dino Apple, demanding he back down. Aaron then warned us about his TNT dupe stash that contained however many kilotons of TNT necessary to destroy the entire world several times over. We gave Dino 24 hours to think about it, then logged off the server and went to sleep. The next day, at around 8 PM Romanian time, Greenfly sent the following message on the Discord server. Haha, TNT go brr. I instantly logged onto the server only to see Sugarmark Island and the surrounding islands belonging to me and Brebenica completely obliterated by none other than Aaron, Dino Apple, and Greenfly, who joined in on the fun. This was war. As such, I set my war plan into motion, both me and Brebenica simultaneously playing on the same broken laptop, using all of her TNT to retaliate by exploding the hole, Spawn Star, Aaron's Elephant Island, among a few other things. The entire thing culminated with me and Brebenica being banned by Aaron from the server because of this, marking the end of my involvement on the server for the time being. Now, who is right and who is wrong is up to you to decide, with this information in mind. Do not get me wrong, I'm extremely salty about this incident and I find it unacceptable for all parties to act this way and for it to come to this. 2 days later, I uploaded the footage recorded from the war, which sent shockwaves through the community due to its 2B2T-like levels of severity. It was the first time I have ever done something like this, and I very well hope it will be the last. Now that we got that cleared, let's talk about some plans for the future. I will move the DT piano channel to replace the Newts channel, which I no longer need and that already has some piano videos on it. I will start uploading some more piano videos on there since I now got a really awesome grand piano and I can finally record at home. Due to this move, the Newts channel will disappear. However, I might recreate it in the future if I'll need it again. On my main Breb channel, I will continue to upload MNO episodes as I am a bit behind still. Alongside MNO, I want to start a new Pokemon Ruby series in order to vary my content more, which I have already edited the first episode of. If all goes well, I will start this new series in parallel with one of my new friends, Schubert Kane, who will be playing Pokemon Sapphire on his channel. Now let's talk plans outside the YouTube channels. Will I ever rejoin MNO? Actually, probably yes. In order for that to happen, however, a few conditions must be met. 1. All parties involved acknowledging and apologizing for their mistakes. 2. Dino Apple being banned. And 3. An earlier backup of the alpha map be reinstated, or at least be replaced with something else other than the griefed backup or pack.png. Once these conditions are met, I will begin talks with the MNO members again for a possible comeback. Otherwise, I'm interested in starting my own server that won't necessarily be a competitor or rip-off of MNO or anything. I want to create a Minecraft server with a few of my close friends and potentially some others as well that has a tight community that focuses on creative building. This could of course evolve into a community that extends past playing just Minecraft with games such as Roblox, Pokemon, other Nintendo games, etc. Of course, this is currently just an idea. However, if I do decide to go through with it, I will most likely make an announcement video, which I am to post on my main Breb channel. And now for a super short and concise Q&A section.
What is the current post-war state of MNO?
All the info I have on the state of MNO right now comes from 3 people: Andre, who is still on the server, Alex, and Aaron's MNO episodes. Both Andre and Alex said that after the massive bombshell that was the war, for a few days server activity plummeted, after which a new wave of members joined. At the end of the Alpha 1.2.2 week, Aaron still held the parkour event on the same griefed map in Spawnstar.
And I need to make a motivating shrub channel. I'm sorry, I kind of broke that promise.
Yes. I invented a new word similar to motivate.
After that disastrous event, the map was changed with the recently found pack.png seed. With me and Brebenika gone, VC sessions suddenly became extremely wild and chaotic.
Yeah, what would you put alpha? And there's a lot of people in voice chats. We have Yoshi, Dion, 50, Aaron, Alex, Greenfly39.
Mr. Dinosaur Apple, bad Dinosaur Apple.
When there's no chaotic VC sessions, the server is otherwise cricket quiet.
Do you hate the MNO members now?
No, I don't. I simply don't agree with the way they acted and dealt with the situation at hand, which was very unprofessional. I do want to remain friends with the members, besides Dino Apple, including the new ones. Also, I eventually made up with Dan after alienating him a little bit after the previous war, but we are now on good terms again, and I even told him about the drama that followed.
Why do you type so weird and why is your laptop broken?
I have made all of my YouTube videos so far on this 10-year-old Asus K53S laptop that I have had for quite a while and unfortunately is starting to really show its age. The battery on it is dead. Now you literally have to force the charger in place for it to work. The keyboard has the F3, E and space bars completely broken, leaving me to type like this for most of the season. At this point, the laptop is simply not worth fixing anymore, especially since I do not have the money to fix it at the moment. I will, however, ask my parents for either a new laptop or maybe a new desktop PC, but until then, I will have to put up with it for a few more months. And the final question for today.
Why is your profile picture 3 bear plush S?
All 3 of my profile pictures have plushies in them. However, these are meant to be temporary profile pictures until I manage to get myself some better ones. Rather than including my face on there or something like that, I thought this was a cute little option for now, especially since you don't typically see plushies in profile pictures. That said, I do really want to get some new, better ones that look way more professional in the future. And that is basically it from me for now. Who knows, maybe I'll make this concept into a series with more channel updates in the future. Until then, thank you for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and I shall see you next time. Oh boy, I have quite a lot to say. Ooh, hello there, and welcome to another very special video celebrating the 2nd anniversary of my YouTube channel. It has been 2 years of YouTube, all thanks to you, and I couldn't thank you enough. Today I'm going to do something very similar to what I did last year, but without the drama. So, behold, the Q&A channel update with a few surprises at the end. Right, starting off with the Q&A. These are all questions you've asked me, or might have, regarding me, my channel, Golden MNO, my series, you know, etc. So, let's begin. Barbecue? I wish I could. Minecraft Nostalgia with Aaron Part 3? Sorry, but no, the series is cancelled for now. If you want a Part 3, then just go spam Aaron in DMs or something, I don't know. Just kidding, don't do that. When did you get this mic? It was actually a present for my Easter bunny, and there are actually 2 of them, so you may never know which one I'm using because they're identical. Why didn't you keep going with Golden MNO? To be honest, I couldn't. Even though I set up strict rules for the server host, he just ignored them and the server was mostly shut down, and no matter what I did, he would just ignore them. That combined with the Americans starting school made it clear to me that I just couldn't continue, and I had no reason to. If I actually had a good server host, what would GMNO have been like? If let's say I had the capacity to host the GMNO server, not only would it have finished much earlier, sometime in early June, but also more people would have played since the server would have been up 24/7 and more progress would have been made. All the maps and projects would have been finished, and it would have likely actually been better than the regular MNO. Why is your content so inconsistent? It's a pain to watch. Sorry, but I can't do much right now. If I had a better computer and better gear, of course I would go nuts with my videos, but sadly I can't because of the limitations. That doesn't mean I didn't try though. What happened to the secret revamp corps, Billcraft, and Brebnell's Discord server? Okay, so for those who don't know, let me explain. The secret revamp corporations was a Discord server founded by me sometime in February 2021, if I remember, lasting until June of 2021. I don't know the exact days, but it was supposed to be a place where experienced Minecraft builders would get together, work on projects, revamp things, have fun, and so on. It eventually got shut down because I was basically the only one talking on the server, and nobody who joined besides Sugarcane, Nostalgia Destroyer, Alex, and Flubby were good builders, and those guys didn't even care about the server. They just made their own DM, called it the secret revamp corps, and spammed the memes into it. What a legend. Billcraft, yes, that's how it's pronounced, was supposed to be a SCMP or CGMP or Survival Creative Multiplayer or Custom Game Mode Multiplayer. If you remember from last year.
Otherwise, I'm interested in starting my own server that won't necessarily be a competitor or rip-off of MNO or anything. I want to create a Minecraft server with a few of my close friends and potentially some others as well that has a tight community that focuses on creative building. This could of course evolve into a community that extends past playing just Minecraft with games such as Roblox, Pokemon, other Nintendo games, etc. Of course, this is currently just an idea. However, if I do decide to go through with it, I will most likely make an announcement video, which I am to post on my main Breb channel.
Yes, that is Billcraft. It was also supposed to be the competitor to Classic SMP, but it got shut down after Aaron said that I had no chance at all running it, which unfortunately was true. Thank you, Aaron. Brebnell's Discord server had 4 iterations. Although right now it's kind of dead and people just kind of left it because nobody was really talking and they were already in a bunch more Discord servers. So, I mean, I didn't delete the server. It still exists, just I'm the only one on it. Why do you hate Dino Apple and Aaron so much? Well, my hate has kind of died down and turned into more of like a meme since in real life, me and Brebenika joke about both of them all the time. Also, I don't really hate Aaron, so I think it's just safe to count him as a frenemy of sorts. Did you realize that your Pokemon Ruby series was completely useless? If yes, then why did you continue it? Honestly, I have recently realized it was a pointless series, but I kind of kept going because I wanted to bring my content more so that it isn't just MNO for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What happened to Classic SMP? Brutally murdered by drama between me and Aaron
because of course the classic man will give it another shot under a different name and with less member rows, so stay tuned for that. What does the name Breb mean, and why did you choose the username Uannel when you don't even have a paid Minecraft account? The Uannel is a flower which for some reason I really like and still like, so my grandma nicknamed me Uannel, which then got shortened to Breb once I grew older, so my nickname technically represents a flower. Will MNO ever reunite? What happened to both regular and golden MNO? Golden MNO kinda went nowhere after I announced it was over, so I just kinda took everyone off it and retained the server shell for archival purposes. Regular MNO on the other hand had almost the same issue we had. They entered a break after Classic due to inactivity and loss of interest. I did talk to Aaron about reunifying MNO and he said he wants to do it, but not now, since he really isn't interested anymore in the server and wants to see what the classman will do with his next server. Why did you choose a bear in your profile pic? I honestly don't know. I could have made it different, but I just kind of felt like it. I actually had quite a lot of profile pictures, all different in their own unique ways, so I guess it's time to do a profile picture montage with all of my previous profile pictures. Let's go! Why are you still complaining about your computer when you bought a brand new one back in December? Couldn't you just bought a better one from the start? Truth is, I didn't quite know what I was buying. My grandma bought the PC and she thought I wanted an office PC, not a gaming PC. So that's what I got. It's also really budget, costing about 500 bucks for the whole package. If you could build your own dream budget or dream ultimate setup, what would it look like? It's fun to speculate. I will start off with the dream budget one, which is most likely what I'm going to get. I think I will move my setup location from under my bed to the other side of the room. I will elevate that painting and that shelf a bit. Then buy one more Alex unit from IKEA plus one custom made counter that I will make myself for the desk. Then I will elevate those side shelves, putting my guitars on the left wall. Then get a custom made monitor riser that will hold my two monitors. Yes, I'm going dual monitor for this one. For the PC, I'm thinking of either an Intel i5 or Ryzen i5, or you know, why the hell not i7 or even i9, because why not, they're surprisingly cheap. And for the GPU, basically anything between a GTX 980 and an RTX 2060 will do the job. Both monitors will be 24 inches 1080p 60Hz, hopefully, and it is mandatory that they're both wall mountable and rotatable, so that if I feel bored, I can rotate one of them into vertical mode if I want to do Discord or horizontal, you know, whatever. For audio, I'm most likely going to get a Razer Kraken or HyperX, probably with a blue snowball mic. For the ultimate setup, it would be basically the same, but the monitors will be 4K 144Hz from ROG. The processor will be basically the same, but the GPU will be anything RTX with at least 16 gigs of RAM. Nothing much else to say. What is the future of your channel? I know, it will be quite sad, but I will do one more AMGV episode and then that will be just about it for me. 8th grade is starting and they made it infuriatingly difficult, plus a giant exam at the end, so there's no way I can focus on both schoolwork and YouTube. I'm planning to return in either winter break or once I finish that stupid exam and I get my new PC, but until then I know it's sad, but I'll have to go. There's no option for me. Last question. When will Yoi finish that GMNO classic when will Yoi finish that MNO classic revamp project? The truth is that it will never be finished. It will never be perfect. But I have finished the first stage of it, so let's take a look, shall we? like it, you can download it from the link in the description. As well as a custom version I made as a joke for an April Fools. So have fun exploring. Obviously, you can make videos about this as long as you don't claim it as yours, because of course this is all thanks to the MNO members and me who revamped the whole thing. So yeah, have fun. And for the last part of the video, I'm going to redo possibly one of my oldest videos that you've probably never seen. 7 fun facts about yours truly. So let's go. This channel isn't my first channel. I had about 13 other YouTube channels before this one, yet this is by far the most successful. I played on MNO for roughly 160 hours, GMNO included, being the MNO member who played the most MNO. Wow. This is perhaps my second YouTube channel which has videos in the English language. The rest are either music videos or just in Romanian. I live in Romania, yeah. Besides Romania, I have visited 8 other countries: Germany, Italy and the Vatican, France and Monaco, United Kingdom, United States of America, and finally, Bulgaria. When I was younger, I had an obsession with subways and metros of all things. Originally, I wanted to become a Subway Simulator YouTube, and I wanted to make Subway Simulator videos and build an awesome sim setup just for that. I have played the piano for over 8 years now. Right, and that just about wraps it for today. I know it is sad, but thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you in the future sometime. Also, thank you for those 50 subs whenever we eventually reach that milestone. Anyways, thank you, and bye.
Oh boy, I don't have a lot to say. Ooh, hello there, and welcome to yet another yearly channel update video. It's been 3 years since I started this YouTube channel on August 25th, 2019, and every year I have made a channel update video, which I tried uploading as close as possible to this date. First of all, I am finally done with the 8th grade exams, and I managed to pass all of them comfortably. I will remain in the school for high school as well, since I want to continue playing the piano at a professional level. This also means that I will be able to upload more videos for you guys in the near future. I'm going to take a break from MNO Season 3 as I will be away in Bulgaria for about 10 days, but I do have an episode ready which I will upload right before leaving. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I now got a new laptop which I'm going to use to make episodes from now on, as well as host the MNO server after I return. On the topic of MNO, there has recently been an incident involving a war. I explained it better in my episode, but basically what happened was that Blue Sheep, a former member from Season 1 and Season 2 Golden MNO, got re-invited to the server, but then got kicked a few days later for being immature despite promising otherwise. Blue Sheep still had the server IP, and to get revenge, he got on the server at 2 AM together with his cousin Zexity and started griefing. I luckily managed to join the game to fight these two until TCM saw what was happening and took care of the situation. The problem was that the latest non-griefed backup was a week old at that point, so I had to take both the griefed and non-griefed backups and rebuild the map on my own. Thankfully, I managed to get it done in about a day or so, and from now on you will be able to see some changes in the map as a result of the war and rebuilding effort. Also, this war resulted in some absolutely hilarious text messages which I briefly went over in the episode, which I highly recommend watching. Besides all the MNO stuff, I'm thinking of starting a new series on the channel, but I'm not quite sold on the idea just yet. The series will be on Breadcrumbs CMP, a private server that me, Brevenica, and Good Times with Dan own. I'm worried that since the series will be in creative mode, not many people will watch it, so for now I will simply keep in mind as an idea. Anyways, I think that's all I'm about to say for the time being, so don't forget to subscribe, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye bye. Oh boy, I have quite a lot to say. Oh, hello there, and welcome to another yearly channel update video. I will try to keep this video as short and concise as possible because nobody really likes just to see through some random person just mumbling for 30 minutes straight. Am I right or am I right? First of all, I want to thank you for all the support you have given me recently,
and for reaching 60 subscribers on my main channel and 160 on the secondary channel. It suffices to say that this would have never been possible without you. I also want to thank you for the over 30,000 views on my Pokemon Break Bronze Forever playthrough video. I would have never expected I would get this many views on a video of this kind, but I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I have tried to read and respond to as many comments as I could. Let's talk about this channel, Jumping Brebenel, a little bit. Guys, this is my secondary channel. I only post junk here. I know I had a video blow up on this channel, but that does not make it any less garbage than it is. If you want to see higher effort, better edited content, consider checking out and subscribing to my main channel, Breb, which I will have linked in the description. For the time being, this channel will remain my secondary, and I will continue to post YTPs and general lower effort content and general typical secondary channel content. With that out of the way, let's talk about my main channel now. First of all, I will now be making Pokemon videos again on this channel. In the past, I did actually have a Pokemon Ruby series, but I decided to take it down because it was ridiculously cringe. If you for whatever reason want to rewatch the series, even though I would not recommend it, I made a video with all 6 episodes that I will have links in the description as well. From now on, I will upload general Pokemon content kind of like MNJ TV does, roughly. This can include anything from Pokemon game reviews to entire playthroughs like I did with PBBF and everything in between. In addition to all this Pokemon content, I will also try to revive my almost every Minecraft Java version series. I'll probably make a 3rd episode just to test the waters again, and then if it does not do well, I'll probably cancel the series. The truth about AMGV is that it's just a knockoff of my good friend the Classic Man 30s series called Every Minecraft Java Version. Yep, that's the only premise behind my series, copying my friend. When has that ever gone wrong in the past, am I right? I will also have TCM series linked in the description since it's just a better, higher quality and higher effort version of my series. Shifting gears a bit, Minecraft Nostalgia Online. There is quite a bit to say here. First of all, as you probably saw already, I re-uploaded all of my GMNO Season 2 episodes as one single video, which you can go watch right now. I will do the same to my Season 1 episodes, but not my Season 3 episodes. Remaking the Season 1 episodes will be far harder though, because I have to re-record a lot of footage that is either not high quality, cringe, or straight up gone, and combine it with whatever remaining footage I have that I cannot replace. This causes a bit of a problem, however, that being my voice. The original Season 1 episodes were recorded 3 years ago in 2020. Back then, I was only 13 years old. My voice sounds drastically different now. I have tried to raise my pitch a little using Audacity. Oh, hello there, and welcome to a brand new series called Minecraft Nostalgia Online. A few weeks ago, I just posted my 2, but the general resonance and tone of my voice does not match.
Well, hello there, good people, and welcome back to Minecraft Nostalgia Online. And today, we have upgraded from 0.0.23a to 0.28.
And we are now on version 0.0.23a. In between 16a and 23a, skins, chat replay, the tab menu, sounds, and this menu with all of these new blocks got added. I was thinking of using some sort of AI voice changer that could either make my current voice sound like my old one or the reverse. But I do not currently know of any such free non-paid software that I can use to do that. And it also has to be trained on my voice. Can just be the random TikTok text-to-speech voice. However, if you do have any suggestions, feel free to let me know down in the comment section below. Besides that, there are also 2 other big issues, one of them being that I have to beg my MNO friends on Discord to re-record pieces of footage, which because of time zones in school, you can basically imagine how hard that is. The other problem is the way I previously made these videos. In Season 1, literally everyone was making low-effort, short-length episodes. Yet for some reason, I started watching Hermitcraft Recap, which makes videos about everything that happens during one single week on the Hermitcraft server. Of course, I stole their format and use it for my own MNO videos. Worst idea ever. Therefore, I had to make a list of all the content that happened in Season 1 and that I want to cover and split it into episodes, which is as hard as it sounds. This sadly means that the episodes will be even shorter than the ones made by the other members and will not go as in-depth, which, however, for newer fans of MNO should be okay, as it will be easier to binge watch and get the gist of basically everything important that happened during Season 1. If you don't care about binge watching any videos and just wonder what on earth is this server that I have talked so much about, I recommend you go watch the Classic Man's History of MNO video, which is very well made and approved by every single MNO member. It sadly doesn't include Season 3, but you can watch my videos on Season 3 instead at 2x speed, which should have roughly the same effect. Speaking of which, I will not combine my Season 3 episodes into one video because it's redundant, because Season 3 episodes are far better made, more concise and everything. They are far from perfect, but they do represent a very significant evolution in my style of content. Two more things about MNO. Season 4 has started, but the way it started is basically identical to Season 3. That being that the server had its season introduction and everything, but then it died right away because nobody could build anything on the server because we wanted to transform the entire classic map into an ocean, which meant destroying every single block on the map, which would take a lot of time. But because I was a moron and didn't know how to upgrade the map from 15A to 18A, I had to redo the map with my number one enemy on this entire planet, MCEdit, which surprisingly worked. Right now, the server is in a sort of Schrodinger's cat stage, where it is not fully dead yet, but not alive either. This is also because literally everyone went on vacation for the entire summer, which meant basically no players. And now school will start soon, if it hasn't already, and then, I don't know, good luck me, I guess. This is exactly why GMNO died 2 years ago. The other thing about MNO is the MNO Mega Revamp project. This is a combination of two ideas. The first one being my MNO Season 1 Classic Revamp project, in which I rebuild the entire Season 1 Classic map and methods and Zelenator's polyworlds. So this is basically a MNO polyworld revamp with almost every MNO and MNO adjacent map into a single 1.20 world. I used this map for footage quite a lot in my recent videos, but it is far from being finished. This is because I basically omitted the GMNO part of the map, and I don't currently have access to the Season 2 Classic, Alpha, and Public server maps because Aaron. And for now, I have taken a break from the project, but will return to it soon enough. Alright, now, one last thing before I end this horrendous channel update video. I talked about remaking my MNO videos and re-uploading them and stuff, and this is because I'm trying to sort of rebrand and evolve my style of content and make it more mature, higher quality, etc. The way I'm doing this is by remaking and recycling old videos, such as my MNO videos, moving older videos from one channel to another, re-editing, re-scripting, remaking thumbnails, blah 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 blah. This is also because in the following year, I want to focus a little more on growing out all of my channels and just making better, more professional content in general. This will hopefully allow me to reach a wider audience, gain more views, get better hardware, and make better videos as a result. This is why for the last 4 years that I have had this channel for, I have been growing very slowly. I do get the fact that a lot of popular creators like Mr. Beast spent years trying to make good content while having a subscriber count next to nothing, but if I simply sit on my ass and do nothing about it, is never going to grow. This is the reasoning behind all of this. If you have any other suggestions for my channels, including tips and tricks and whatnot, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. I will try my best to read and respond to as many messages as I possibly can, but cannot guarantee anything. Anyways, that was quite a bit of talking on my part. If you somehow enjoyed this video and the other videos that I have made, consider subscribing. It is free, it helps out the channel, and you can unsubscribe at any moment guilt-free, so just do it. It only takes one click. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you in my next episode. See ya!
Oh boy, I have quite a bit to say. Ooh, hello there, it's your boy Breb, back in with another Uannel Chpdate here. You know the drill. I will cover updates for each of my channels individually, and each one is going to get its own category, and at the end I will also make a separate category for MLO, because that encompasses multiple channels, both belonging to me and the other members. On the notes whatever, I will discontinue the GTA 5 series, because it got basically no views. Instead, I will play through the rest of the game on my own, and do a review on it, which I will maybe upload sometime in the winter, maybe even next year. I am working on a part 2, the how I would redraw the world borders if I became a dictator video, but in this part 2, I will focus more on becoming the dictator part, and I will even make like a speech and everything, and I will address the mistakes I made in the video in the first part of the speech. And yes, I know it's supposed to be a joke, and please do not take it seriously. The whole point of the video was to show how bad of a dictator I would be, and that not everything has to be perfect all of the time. Besides that, I will keep uploading random videos, and from time to time, maybe one video that is more serious in nature. Everything I said last year about jumping Brebenel still stands. I will upload more random stuff and lost/remade videos on here, along with typical second channel content. Last year, I did say something about breadcrumbs, I think. For those who don't know, Breadcrumbs CMP is a private creative multiplayer server I made together with a few of my friends that I wanted to turn into a series multiple times. I have since completely given up on the idea, as I don't think I would get many views. Instead, I think I will just keep it as a more personal world for me and my very close friends, but its lifespan is sadly coming to an end, I think. I was also thinking of converting it into a modded server, but I'm gonna have to consult my friends about that. Since last year, I started diversifying my content just a little more, and so far I'd
say it worked out pretty well. Right now, I'm working on a sequel to my recreating the first ever Pokemon playthrough video, in which I will recreate my second ever playthrough. I'm also working on my top 10 favorite Pokemon video. Initially, I wanted to upload that first, but I somehow got the least favorites done before that, so I just uploaded that instead. Besides that, I do have quite a few other videos planned for my main Breb channel, so definitely stick around and subscribe if you want to see those. Season 4 will most likely be the last season of MNO, at least for quite a while. We have prolonged the season in order to give ourselves more time to finish the storyline, which so far is turning out decently well. This is because a lot of MNO members already moved on from MNO and lost interest, and to be honest, I kind of want to do the same, as MNO videos just don't do that well in terms of views, and I do enjoy making other types of content, like video essays. After Season 4 is done, we have planned a sort of modded post-finale, in which we play on a modded MNO server, which hopefully should be a little breath of fresh air. As for Mega Revamp, now that the Season 2 Silver MNO maps are available for download, as well as the Season 4 backups whenever it will be over, I will pick up the project again, add those chunks, and finish some of the parts I didn't quite get right the first time around. Besides that, I'm also working with TCM on a few MNO videos, such as an updated history of MNO lore explained, and a few others. Anyways, I think this was basically all I had to say, so thank you for watching, and I shall see you next year with another channel update video. Bye bye. Oh boy, this is probably gonna be the best channel update in the history of channel updates. Welcome back to yet another installment of this tremendous series of yearly channel updates. Right now, the Breb channel is sitting at 252 subscribers, Jumping Brebenel at 287, Danuts Whatever at 87, and Dan to the Siu Piano at 38. Thank you a bunch for all the support. It motivates me to keep going with this YouTube hobby and to keep making videos. Now, basically everything I said in the past 2 years still applies to all my channels, but I do have a few more things to add. For DT Piano, I will continue to upload more piano and choir videos. I am finally able to record videos at home again, as for the past 2 years my mom blocked me from recording due to a very stupid reason, which has now been fixed. I also made a very interesting video essay in collaboration with Nikita, one of my choir mates. However, we are currently unsure on which channel we should post the video. On the Nuts Whatever, I still haven't uploaded the World Dictator video I mentioned last year, because even though I said the video should not be taken seriously, I realized that it is no longer a joke after showing the script to my mom, who praised me for it, but I also had to make some changes. During the past year, the global geopolitical scene has changed quite a lot very fast, and I am afraid that even if I upload the video right now, it will very quickly become outdated. On top of that, me and my mom have been constantly reading books on all sorts of subjects, and as I learned increasingly more, I realized how unqualified I really am for this job and how little I actually know about what is really going on behind the scenes. For the Breb channel, the MNO series is officially over. You might have noticed that I numbered the episodes wrong and episode 9 is missing. The plot still comes together perfectly fine as is, but I had planned an episode 9 in which I was supposed to visit an alternate timeline of season 2. That video required an entirely new map and a lot of help from members like Blue Sheep, TCM, and Alex, which have since lost interest in MNO, therefore the project going nowhere. Maybe I will come back to it in the future if we agree to redo this concept. The AEMGV series is officially dead. At this point, everybody and their grandma has their own better versions of a Minecraft Nostalgia series, so mine no longer had any reason to be kept alive. As for the Breadcrumbs world, I have decided to keep it my forever world, which I am to do a video on in the future along with a full tour. I'm also planning on making a sequel to my I got a new PC video, as my PC setup has evolved quite a bit since then, and I do plan to make some hardware upgrades in the near future. Up until now, my channel has been growing very slowly due to me having no upload schedule to speak of, not being very consistent, and being stuck in two very small niches at the same time. A small corner of the old Minecraft community and a small corner of the Pokemon Brick Bronze community. While I cannot guarantee that I will upload any more frequently for the next year, as 12th grade is right around the corner, it is finally time I break out of these two niches, instead focusing more broadly on Minecraft and Pokemon content. As for Jumping Brebenel, I feel like it no longer works as a secondary channel. With still around 30 subscribers more than my main channel, most of these subscribers came from Pokemon content, which I haven't really uploaded in 2 years. JB is also competing with DW as secondary channels, so splitting their purposes is probably a good idea. I'm considering turning JB into a broader Pokemon channel, uploading Pokemon clips, playthroughs, reviews, and maybe even some more PBB content, while getting rid of the secondary channel content, which I am to re-upload in the form of this very video and an old videos compilation in multiple parts, this time on my main channel but set as unlisted. DW will remain a fake decoy channel for my IRL classmates with random videos from time to time. Alright, that just about covers my channels. Now I want to use this video to dive into some hot topics stirring up the internet recently that are not necessarily directly related to my channels. First, the Roblox Schlep situation. Schlep is a Roblox YouTuber that has been working with law enforcement to catch and arrest predators on the platform. Roblox has been very uncooperative and weirdly defensive of this problem, retaliating against Schlep and refusing to increase measures in order to keep players safe. Even though I have made a few Roblox videos in the past, I haven't really played much Roblox ever since 2019 when PBB got banned, and I always hesitated whenever I had to play. This is because Roblox has made some not so good changes and the entire platform has evolved in a way that simply did not sit right with me. Turns out, my gut instincts for the past 6 years have been right. Parents, if any of you are watching, I suggest keeping a close eye on your kids, spend more time with them, and generally try to keep them safe from danger whenever possible. Speaking of kids, let's turn our attention to YouTube now. As you know, my channel was made after the giant bombshell that was COPPA. COPPA is basically an act that limits channels targeted towards toddlers like Cocomelon or whatever. Even with this act in place, I would never let my children on YouTube Kids whatsoever, as constant exposure to this type of content for 8 to 10 hours every single day would have catastrophic consequences in mental development. Recently, the UK, US, and Australia decided to step up their game and intensify control over the population under the pretext, oh, but think of the children, demanding government IDs on almost all social media platforms, only for them to turn around and sell that very personal information. Absolutely do not get me wrong, preventing kids from accessing NSFW content online is an absolute must. However, using this opportunity to also restrict freedom and privacy on the internet for the rest of the population is despicable, especially from such unpopular governments. On top of that, there's the AI age estimation, which targets accounts that watch toddler content, but also those that produce it, meaning that a lot of parents who hand over their devices and accounts to their toddlers are suddenly going to have a bit of a headache with YouTube support very soon. Thankfully, I'm safe from all of this because I live in Romania, where even the cream of the crop political class is so unbelievably incompetent, they can barely even do basic budget cuts. Also, I am now 18 and the content I make is not meant for toddlers and never will be. Now, about the Stop Killing Games movement. I have actually known about the movement ever since it first started with the original videos, living in the back of my mind up until recently when it was put in the spotlight again and is currently making its way into the European Parliament. Yes, please. Of course, the movement is about stopping big companies from pulling the plug on games we bought with our own money whenever they feel like it. Even fake game dev Pirate Software's fall shows how high the stakes actually are. This movement shares quite a few similarities with an equally important movement that is this time not only about video games, but about technology in general, and is also the reason I changed 2 of my channel's profile pics. I am of course talking about the Clippy movement, started by none other than Louis Rossmann.
Unlike many modern pieces of software, like what you get from Adobe or Intuit, where you can't buy QuickBooks anymore, you can't buy a video editor anymore, you have to pay a subscription fee for it. If I were to boot up that computer that has not been used for 28 years, and I wanted to start up Microsoft Word, I could do so without connecting to the internet. And Clippy would still be there, happy and as enthusiastic as ever, simply wanting to help. Clippy is like a modern day Sons of the Harpy mask. If you're tired of companies changing the terms of the sale after the sale and getting away with it, turn your profile photo to a Clippy. If you're tired of companies that have the ability to reach into your house and ransomware your products if they stop working unless you pay them again, change your profile photo to a Clippy.
Now yes, simply changing your profile picture or tweeting about it is generally considered to be slacktivism. I am aware of that, but the least I can do is spread the message, make decisions that avoid giving companies the chance to profit off of me wherever possible, and generally guarding my privacy online. And that is about it from me for now. I hope you've enjoyed this channel update gauntlet. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I shall see you next time.